welcome to MTG Ectoplasm, your home for spirits and spirit decks in the world of Magic the Gathering. I'm your host, Dwight, aka D Blanco, and on this particular episode, we're going to be talking about a spirit that I fell asleep on. I slept on her like a purple mattress, and it's kind of funny. It's a tale of two different formats with this card. I'm excited to talk about it. You know what? Let's get this episode started. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on this particular episode. Like I said, my name is Dwayne, and I am your host. I am a medium that wears an extra large. Now, on this particular episode, I'm going to be 100% transparent and honest. I actually recorded this show last night, and after doing some more research, I realized I had a failed premonition, and I realized I had to redo the show because I did not consider all the variables with this particular card. You know what? She's at the front door right now. Let me get it for her. Hey, there you are. Welcome to the show, Skyclave Apparition. That's right. Skyclave Apparition, brand new from the newest set that just came out, Zendikar Rising. She's a 2 white, 1 generic, a core spirit, 2/2. And she reads, when Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you do not control with converted mana cost 4 or less. So basically, when she enters the battlefield, she scares the pants off of a non-land, non-token permanent, and it doesn't go into the graveyard. They're so frightened, it goes into exile. That's pretty damn funny. Now, let's keep on reading because there's a lot more on this card. Technically, 4 more lines. All right. When Skyclave Apparition leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates a XX blue illusion creature token, where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Basically, you just took away. Well, basically what you did is you took away something that your opponent desperately needed to win the game, or something that was really screwing you up to make sure you got, you could find a way to get that victory. And you took it away with 1 card, 1 spirit. That's amazing. Now you're going to go, Dwight, well, there's some drawback there. Really? What drawback is there? It's like, Dwight, when she leaves play, the other guy gets a creature. The other individual gets a creature. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Skyclave Apparition has a cousin. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware about it, but basically, it's Spell Queller. A blue, a white, a generic. Has flash and flying. He's a 2/3. When Spell Queller enters the battlefield, exile target spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. So the difference here is Spell Queller gets rid of a spell while it's being cast. Skyclave on the Apparition, on the other hand, gets rid of a permanent that's on the battlefield that you could not get with Spell Queller or could not get with Mausoleum Wanderer. Hell, if you're playing in Modern, you couldn't get it with your Path to Exile. You couldn't get it with your Force of Negation. If you're playing Pioneer, you couldn't get it with Lofty Denial. Skyclave Apparition's it. Great card. And the best part is what you exiled. They get a bear. They get a bear token. If it's a 1 mana, they get a 1/1. It's a 2 mana, they get a 2/2. If it's a 3 mana, they get a 3/3. It's a 4, they get a 4/4. Now, mind you, I'm going to be honest. I don't like seeing a 4/4 on the board, especially when most spirits are 2s or 1s. You know, with the lords, you know, they get they get beefed up. Not happy with the 4s, but you know what? It is what it is. But you're going, Dwayne, well, it's still a problem. They get a creature. Well, really? If you're going to complain about that, why aren't you complaining about Spellqueller? Because when Spellqueller leaves the battlefield, the exiled card, their owner, gets to cast that card without paying the mana cost of it. So they get the card, they play it, and they didn't spend no mana. So if it's a board wipe, guess what? If they take away your Spellqueller, now you got the board. They board wipe you completely, and then you're stuck with nothing. If Skyclave Apparition leaves, guess what? You took a major piece of their board away. It's gone forever. It's not doing you any damage, and they get a little boring 2/2, 3/3, 4/4, or 1/1. Boring. Boring. Now, it's kind of funny in Modern. When I first looked at this card, I thought it was a fail. Fail. Why? Because it was missing Fs. Kind of funny, a card that's a fail that was missing Fs, right? Because I had a high standard for spirits and not realizing, you know, the cards that we really use in spirits. So I know for a fact in both formats, we were using Deputy of Detention. Now, I have Deputy of Detention here. I want to read them to you. He's a blue, he's a white, he's a generic. Valdakin Wizard, a 1/3. He's not even he's not a spirit. He's a BS wizard. And he says on his card, when Deputy of Detention enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls and all other non-land permanents that player controls with the same name as that permanent until Deputy of Detention leaves the battlefield. Sounds pretty damn good. You know, these got multiple copies of a particular card. I don't like it. You know, I'm going to cast this card and out it goes. It's nice. It's nice. No, I'm not saying it's a bad card. That's a good card. But you know what happens? If that card goes away, and especially at the end of your turn, uh-oh. You know, we have a problem here. Yep. Because now you're looking like a fool. Because now he's getting in, or she's getting in, with a whole bunch of creatures. Well, Skyclave Apparition comes in and says, nope, you're not doing nothing. Oh, you're going to remove me from the battlefield? Yep. Nothing but pure crickets. Pure crickets, ladies and gentlemen. So in Modern, this card is phenomenal. I fell asleep because it didn't have the 2 Fs, Flash and Flying. Flash and Flying. I slept on this card because it did not have Flash or Flying. I come so arrogant. Oh, yeah, all spirits need Flash and Flying. No, they don't. They don't all need Flash and Flying. Now, do I prefer flying? Oh, yeah, hands down. Give me that evasion. I love evasion. Evasion sexy. Nothing sexier than seeing a spirit with flying. Unless they got a nice little kimono, about to give you some sake, that's pretty sexy to me. But realistically, no spirit's going to come to my house, knock on the door with a kimono, with some dinner, and then, some sake. Let's be honest. And spirits, in modern, the spirit deck, this particular spirit is making noise. It's making tremendous amount of noise out there. Hell, white decks all over are using Skyclave Apparition to get rid of stuff left and right that they weren't unable or incapable of doing before. It's now going to be a staple. It's going to be part of the standard in modern. Now, I look at Pioneer. The tale of two different formats. It's a tale of two different formats right there, Modern and Pioneer. The difference is Skyclave Apparition, one is in the 60, the other one's in the 15. At first, I was afraid. I was stupefied. I could not believe what I was seeing. I was like, are you kidding me? Skyclave Apparition not in the 60? What the hell is going on here? I played Pioneer. I was putting it in the 60, and I then realized I'm playing it wrong. I got so full of myself. I was filled with this machismo BS that I was like, you know what? I am wrong. And the reason why I was wrong is because in modern, the way the deck is built, I have quicker ability of getting Skyclave Apparition out there because the fact that I have Aether Vial. I don't have that. I don't have that in Pioneer. I don't have that luxury of Aether Vial. The only reason why I can do anything quickly in Pioneer is because of Watcher of the Spheres. Why? Because the fact that it allows me, I'm going to read the card out to you. A blue, a white. Watcher of the Spheres is a creature, blue wizard, 2/2. Wish it was a spirit, but it's a bird wizard. It has flying. Okay, yeah, you get some money, some brownie points there. But the reason why this card is in the Pioneer deck is this one sentence here. Creature spells with flying you cast one less. Cost. Wow, man, I'm butchering it tonight. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 mana less to cast. 1 generic mana less. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That means our spirit deck just got quicker in Pioneer. Got much quicker. Now, would I trade in an Aether Vial, trade Watcher of the Spheres for Aether Vial? Hands down. Sign me up. That's like, how about I give you a 5 and a 10 and you give me a 20? Yeah, sign me up all day. That's plus $5 right there. But you know what? Pioneer doesn't have that Aether Vial. So Watcher of the Spheres is our Aether Vial in Spirits. In Pioneer. And then if you look at, I'm currently looking at a deck right now in Pioneer that went 5-0. Congratulations. And what do I see here? What do I see in the sideboard? Skyclave Apparition 4 of. Why sitting up at 60? Easy. This is the reason why. Because the fact that everything else in the 60 has flying. Everything else has flying. Why? Because, you know what? We don't have Drug School Captain. I made noise about it in my last episode about Drug School Captain. In Pioneer, we don't have that. What we have is Empyrean Eagle. Empyrean Eagle, blue, a white, a generic, blue spirit, bird spirit 2/3. Okay, good. It's a spirit. Yay. It has flying. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. I wish it gave other spirits +1/+1, but okay, fine. I'll take it because it has the evasion. It has the evasion. Fine, I'll take it. I'll use it. I'm going to use it to the best of my ability with the Watcher of Spheres. So let's go through this deck right here. Selfless Spirit, it flies. Noble Guest Herald, it flies. Empyrean Eagle, it flies. Mausoleum Wanderer, flies. Rattlechain, Spectral Sailor, Spell Queller, Supreme Phantom, Watcher of the Spheres, they all fly. That makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. If Skyclave Apparition, hands down, had flying, it would be a staple. It would be an evil, insane card in Pioneer. Now the question is, why did Wizards of the Coast choose not to give this card flying? Why? Because they knew that Spirits was going to take off, that Spirits were going to be doing something spectacular? Hell, you have Kaldheim coming out, and I'm not impressed. I thought I was going to be excited. They told me I'm going to land the spirits. I'm dispirited with this set coming out. I expected more. I was told you're going to get spirits. To get the home of spirits. It's called Disfil. You know what? That's another episode. I'm not going to get onto my little rant about it right now. But this deck list here proves my point. There's two different type of decks. You have spirits, which is true spirits, and then you have I hate to say true spirits because the one in Pioneers is true spirits as well, but it's mostly focused around flyers. It's flyer centric. That's the reason why you have Lofty Denial. But we can't deny the fact that Skyclave Apparition is a great card. We can't deny that. That's the reason why it's in your 15 and not in your 60. You know, I know, we both know. Wizards even knows. If it had flying, hands down, it would be in our Pioneer 60. It would be in that 60 card deck hardcore. No ands, ifs, buts about it. Now the question, what would we take out? That's a different story, but we don't have to worry about that because it doesn't have flying. Who cares? You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I think I said my piece. I really think I said my piece about this card. Skyclave Apparition's it. I think it's a money card in a sense where it's you show it the money. It is what it is. It's a spirit that I slept on. I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was just awful, even though it had an amazing ability to it. And I want to thank people out there to prove me 100% wrong because you know what? I look at this card now and I'm like, wow, I'm a complete moron for thinking what I thought. This is a great card. Great card. It would be stupendous if it had flying. Hell, I would have looked at it quicker if it had flying, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to this point. It's about that time. If you have any questions, concerns, issues, you want to give me some suggestions for future episodes, you can reach me on Twitter at MTG Ectoplasm, or you can email me at mtgectoplasm@gmail.com. Thank you for listening on this particular episode. Thank you for listening to my rant. Thank you for listening to everything I'm saying. I want to make sure Spirits is great. I want to keep this deck viable, both these decks viable. They're wonderful. I love Spirits, and I want you to love Spirits as much as I do. You know, Carol Ann, stay away from the light. No bueno. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys on the other side.